Hello, welcome back to Around the Clock. It's time for the Selectmen's update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, February 20th. We started a few minutes late after being in executive session to discuss some issues regarding the Eversource pipeline, which when it becomes public, we will be able to share that. We then went into an update from Beth Reynolds on the Business Incentive Program. This is a program for businesses either coming to Ashland or in Ashland who are looking for ways to fund renovations or projects that they're doing. We were notified that there are 2 businesses that are coming to Ashland and participating in this business incentive program. One of them is the brewery that is going in on Cherry Street right near Town Hall. And the second is Dolce de Leche. You may know them from their ice cream and sherbet that they sell at the farmers market during the summer. They have a brick and mortar store in Framingham, and they're going to be constructing a warehousing, distribution, and cafe at 200 Homer Ave in the Telecom building. So we look forward to both of those businesses coming forward and also participating in our business incentive program. We were then given an update by Jim Zabrowski, who is the chair of the Council on Aging. There are 2 groups. There is the Council on Aging, which is an advisory group that is appointed by the Board of Selectmen. And then there is the Friends of the Council on Aging. The Council on Aging is advisory, has no budgetary or financials that they handle. The Friends of the Council on Aging do fundraising and actually give and donate and support different programs. Jim talked to us about some of the great programs that the Council on Aging is doing. They are working with Kim Katob, who works for the town. They are the advisory board, and they support the Director of Services, who is Kim Katob, and also Joanne Duffy. He did let us know that there is 1 vacancy on the Council on Aging. If you are interested, they meet the first Thursday of the month. Their meetings start at 10 o'clock at the community center. You can come on out for the Lions breakfast that happens the first thing at 9. You could stay for the Council on Aging meeting. And then if you'd like, you can also stay for the Friends of the Council on Aging meeting. We were given an update by Izzy Asenko. Middlesex Savings Bank donated $15,000 to the Friends of the Council on Aging. It was part of a total $1.4 million donation that they did to charitable organizations. So thank you to Middlesex Savings Bank for supporting the Friends of the Council on Aging. We then were supposed to have a hearing for Wine Empire. Unfortunately, Gianluca, the owner, was not able to attend, so that will be happening on March 6th. He is looking to alter the premises where he currently has a coffee shop and turn that into a little wine bar and wine tasting area. So that hearing has now been postponed and it will be happening on March 6th. From those appointments, we went to our consent agenda where we accepted the donation of 2 freezers from Bill Gaff. We also accepted the resignation from Donna Villermier, I apologize on the pronunciation, from the Council on Aging, and that is why we now have a vacancy. We then went from our consent agenda and we discussed the request from Max Performance. They are looking to use the roads in Ashland for 2 different events, 2 triathlons that they hold. We had pulled it out because it was noted that they donate to Hopkinton sports organizations, and we're going to talk to them about possibly donating to Ashland sporting organizations. We then went into old and new business. We appointed Evan White to our Stormwater Committee. Evan White is an employee. He works for the Public Works Department. He's an engineer, and he'll be taking the position of an ex officio member from Regita, who left us back in the fall. We also appointed Joe Mignani to be the point person to sign some documentation for the purchase of the land back on Oregon Road. This is property that we supported and approved the purchase of at the November town meeting. We are now filling out the purchase. We are filling out and having the closing for that documentation and for that property. So Town Forest will get just a little bit bigger. We reviewed the discussion of the building department fees. It was told to us by Jen Ball, our assistant town manager, that they are reviewing the building fees in Ashland, comparing them to other communities, and we will most likely be having a hearing either at our March 6th or our second meeting in March to discuss the possibility of increasing some of those building fees, as well as making them a little more level in regards to our gas inspection permits versus our electrical permits. We discussed and opened our spring BAA grant round. So that has now been opened and it will be available, and you can do submissions until March 31st of 2019. So if you'd like to apply for one of our BAA grants, the application is online at the town website. And we appointed Rob Scheer and Steve Mitchell as a subcommittee to review those grants and then put recommendations forward to the rest of the board. We also opened the scholarships for the Board of Selectmen. They are available until May 1st. That is available to any senior who resides in Ashland. It does not matter where you go to school, but you have to be a resident of Ashland and you can apply for this scholarship. That is also up on the town website, and now that we've approved it, it will be sent out to the various schools, guidance departments, so that they have it. And myself and Joe Mignani have been appointed to the subcommittee, so we get all the scholarship applications, read through them, and then determine who should get the Selectmen Scholarship. We do like to see students who are going toward public service or citizens or civic history, things like that. We try to give those preference. That doesn't always happen because not too many students are doing that, but it's certainly something to consider. We then had a quick update on the Eversource project. This is the pipeline that is connecting Hopkinton through to Framingham, going right through Ashland. We're in the process of discussing things with Eversource, and we are known as an intervener. So we are intervening in their process to discuss some of the issues that could affect Ashland moving forward or during the process of the construction. From there, we had a town manager report, but it was done by our assistant town manager, Jen Ball, as our town manager is on vacation. We do let him go on vacation once in a while because everyone needs a break, and I'm sure he'll come back refreshed and energized and even more eager to go to work, which is hard for him to do because he's so eager already. We had an update on our bond rating. We stayed at a AAA bond rating. A couple of our items did get improved, so some of the characteristics were updated, so that was positive to hear. We had an update on the status of the owner's project manager. So this is for the public safety building. They had 10 people submit or reply to the RFQ. That was whittled down to 3 who they interviewed, and within the next week or 2 they should decide which person or which group they'll be working with to get the public safety building moving forward. We also had an update on the Riverwalk project. The original design had a single span over part of the reservoir over by the historical committee, the historical building, by the waterfalls off of Myrtle Street. I got that out. Because of the cost for that, we are proposing a different structure. So wood pilings would go out. It would be more of a flat boardwalk style of walk. We had to go through the Concom and get an update from them, as well as working with the EPA. So it has been reviewed with the EPA to put the wood pilings into the river, and Concom has given the approval that is necessary. So that will now go back out to bid. We're working with Green, who is doing the project management for us on the Riverwalk. So hopefully we'll get something, some bids back, and hopefully that project can be finished by the fall. We then had an update on the Warren District. We are looking to hire someone, a project manager. The interviews have been done. It's a 2-year potential position, and the offer has been made, but we have not heard back. So hopefully we'll have a name of who that new project manager will be at our next meeting in March. We then also had an update on the Rail Transit District. Not too much is going on, except that the YMCA has closed. They now own the property off of the MBTA road, right in back of the Dunkin' Donuts. So that project, the YMCA project, will be moving forward. At the beginning of our meeting, we did send out our condolences, and I'd like to just do that again. 3 families who have been a big part of Ashland, either currently or in the past, lost members who have touched many of us. The first was Ben Alberini, who was our highway supervisor when it was an elected position, so that was quite a while ago. He and his family have lived in town for a very long time. One of his grandsons, Chris Alberini, is on our currently on our police department. We also lost Jose Muri. She is the wife of Robert Muri, one of our public works employees. Again, they've been in town for a while. And then the last was Paul Vizikowski. He worked at the Ashland Public Library, and his wife Cheryl had just recently retired from the town collector's office. It's always hard and sad when we have to pass on these passings, but we always think it's important to let our viewers know, had you known these families, that you can reach out and give your condolences, as we do, from all of us at the Board of Selectmen, as well as from all of us at WACA-TV. And that's the update for the Selectmen meeting from February 20th. Thanks for watching.